what I would say, to all the people who wish to live the highest form of a spiritual life, not some fake controlled opposition, new age bullshit, not some trendy, yuppie fucking bullshit, but the real deal, is first of all, you have to be real with yourself, be real about what spiritualism really is, what transcendence really is. Don't let the material world trick you. People will do all kinds of stupid shit. They'll convince themselves that they can be materialistic and spiritual at the same time with all deeper materialist philosophy, deeper materialism, such as Michael Stone on the TEDx that I went over the other day. First you have to be real with yourself. You got to decide between getting money and being spiritual. You got to decide between being successful and being spiritual. Being successful as far as getting money and prestige and status. If you're gonna receive some kind of eminence, it should be from being a humble, righteous man. And there's people who pretend to be humble. And I'm not gonna get into it. There's a lot of fake people out there. There's a lot of fakeness out there. To make a long story short. There's people who pretend to be poor who really are rich. People who are in the cults who, when the cameras are on, they're poor. When no one's looking, they're, indulging in occult activities with a bunch of rich scum, So you gotta be real with yourself, Speaking on that, it's a mistake I've made recently myself is that I thought that, I could have love. And on this planet, there is no woman worthy of me who will love me. There's women who seem to be worthy of me, who match me on Tinder and so on, and who, some of them talk to me for a little while. And, there's even women that will pretend to be attracted to me, and they'll even pretend to love me. That's my life story. My ex-fiance pretended to love me. She seemed to be worthy of me. She wasn't, and so on. So, it's part of being transcendent is being single. I really learned that the hard way because, when you're someone as athletic as I am, someone as talented as I am, as smart as I am, as humble and spiritual as I am, it's painfully obvious. If me being the spiritual person I am couldn't find love after looking for it and living in the most populated state in one of the most populated countries in the world, what does that say about women's judgment in life? Women have bad judgment. They're going to choose the bad guy. Any woman that is attractive that would be worthy of a spiritual person has already gone the route of, materialism. There's no way around it. Women betrayed me. There's no way around that. Wow, man. I would explain what's going on right now, but, some of you believe me, some of you don't. I'm not going to get into it. If you're interested in watching my older videos, you'll know what they've been doing to me. Right now it's very thick in here with some kind of chemical spray or gas or something. I explain what it is in other videos, Anyway, so women, they're just, it's just what it is, man. It's just they're a bunch of groupies, and that's they're the more social conformist of the two sexes, and they try to do studies to cover that up, but we all know that, it's just common sense, We all know how it is. We all know that they're, no matter how gender feminism tries to twist things, we all know that these women are the ones that, they're the ones that stay at home and they socialize, and they tend to be the ones who go meet with the teachers and do the grocery shopping, go, hi, how are you, and blah, blah, blah. They're more social, and men are more task-oriented. Women are more maintenance-oriented. And part of that maintenance is maintaining your social relationships with the community. Men are kind of like, I just want to drink my beer and watch my football game. Women are kind of like, oh, let's go to dinner with the neighbors and blah, blah, blah. They're a little bit more like that, a little bit more wanting to go out than men are. Usually, for the most part. And so, yeah, as a result, they're more brainwashed by the system. And, I can, it's like, it's fun to pretend, It's fun to pretend. And they will give you reasons why they're doing what they're doing. When women are doing the wrong thing, it's just like, a gold digger isn't going to say flat out to a guy, you know what, I don't give a shit about what you have to say, I don't give a shit about what you like and don't like to do. I'm just making small talk so I can get in good with you because I like the fact that you're successful. You know, would they really say that? Maybe one in fucking 100,000. You know, I'm sure there are, you know, but for the most part, they don't say that. They'll pretend like they love you and so on and so forth. You know, if you're rich. You know, if you're poor, they will probably beat around the bush. And if they really feel like they need to be completely honest or close to honest, they'll say something like, well, you know, I'm not a gold digger, but I need a guy who can take care of me and so on and so forth. Let's just face it, you know, this is the world we live in, you know. Like it or not, financial reasons are one of the main reasons women get married, and they're one of the main reasons relationships, marriages fall apart. You know, and then and then you know, then there's the divorce, right, where, you know, you have to get a lawyer, and your ex-wife gets a lawyer, and, you know, and you're fighting over, you know, who gets the house, and, you know, so on and so forth. It gets ugly. You know, money is a very ugly thing. It brings out ugliness. You know, the best way to deal with it is not to deal with it, to live a very simple life. And, you know, I've seen so much stupid shit on TEDx. You know, this other documentary, you know, I watched a little bit of, or this other video, it said, you know, how to live a simple life with money. It's like, look, pal, when you got money, you fucking sold out to materialism. There's no way around it. Okay, there's no keeping a bunch of money in the bank and living a simple life and magically being spiritual. You can't be spiritual with money. You know? That's like saying you're poor with money. You know? That's like killing people every day and saying, well, I kill people every day, but I'm going to find a way to say that there's no blood on my hands. There's no way around it. One of the hallmarks, one of the main signs of being materialistic is having material items, you know, money and material goods. It's like, there's no way around it, you know? You can't have a platinum fucking chain and say, well, I live a simple life, you know? Don't let the chain fool you. No, you're materialistic. Spiritual people like, such as myself, we simply don't have nice things. You know, what, my phone? My computer? I mean, come on. We simply don't have nice things. We're very simple, we're very humble guys when it comes to material goods. When it comes to things that we're proud about, like our, you know, maybe our ethnic background, our talents, you know, we're probably, you know, that's a different story. But when it comes to what you need to be humble about, period, in order to be a good person, you know, we simply don't go that route. And as a result, we've screened out, you know, it's like the only women are going to talk to me, let's face it, there's only two types of women that are going to talk to me. One, New World Order scum trying to get me to conform, you know, period. The minions of the New World Order who are sent specifically to get me to do things that the New World Order wants me to do. And two, desperate women. And then, of course, there's a mix of the two. You'll get some fucking fat New World Order fucking bitch who's sent to fucking, you know, because there's, you know, feminism is a New World Order fucking policy. And don't fat shame. It just came out in the fucking news today. You know, after I made videos about fat women catfishing me recently, you know, that's probably a coincidence, but the fact that it's part of the New World Order agenda is not a coincidence. You know, there's no way around it. There's no way around it. The spiritual bottom feeders are spiritual fucking bottom feeders. There's no way around it that these groups of people, atheists, feminists, racists, Satanists, the worst criminals, homosexuals, there's no way around that these people are spiritual bottom feeders. You can twist this and that. You can try to change society to Eastern philosophy and Buddhism and Hinduism and Taoism and Jainism and you know, be Sikhs and Shintoism. You can try to change your religions. Go back to fucking the regional religions of ethnic groups. You know, fucking I don't know, the Cherokee religion. You know, random fucking, you know, you can try to do whatever you want. It's not going to change the facts that these people are scum. And what they've done already is enough to fucking thoroughly keep them in the fucking lowest spirit category of spirituality forever. You know, forever. They've done so much evil. It's just the same way that Nazism and Germany, you know, will always live together. When you think of Germany, there's always going to be most people are always going to think of Nazis first and foremost. Because when you've done this potent evil for a long period of time, it's like, what are you going to do, you know? Germany is the Illuminati, Bavaria, the Nazis, you know, eugenics and psychology and psychiatry and their history. It's like, you're a bunch of fucking scum. Let's face it. 10,000 years are going to go by. You're still going to be the scum who started off mankind off on the wrong fucking foot, you know? Anyway, you know, well, you know, modern man on the wrong foot, you know, after the fucking, you know, 1800s, 1900s, you sent man on a journey toward fucking evil. And that is going to forever cause you to live in infamy to those of us who are enlightened to what's going on. Those of us in the know. We're always going to think of you, oh, you're a bunch of fucking scums. It's the same with the Jews. There wasn't that many of you. You always lied, you know. Whenever something's invented, you're always, magically there's a Jew who's a part of the team, you know. And it's not because Jews are fucking brilliant. You know, there's a level of these people value intellect over, you know, a lot of things that it's important in Jewish culture, but it's also important in fucking Asian culture. There's billions of fucking Asians. So, you know, when you truly break things down, you're fucking scum. There's nothing you can do to change that. You have never done anything so great to balance out all the evil that you plotting, manipulative Jews have done as a people. And if you think about when God judged things, you know, did he, you know, he judged Sodom and Gomorrah as a group. He said, this is what your group tends to do. Some people are not as bad as others, but they're all destroyed together. And Babylon the Great has fallen. They all fell out of grace together. You know? So it's like, you're the spiritual bottom feeders. There's no way around that. You need to either change or accept you're the scum. When you try to sneak around and manipulate people into being like, it's like no matter what you twist things, you're scum. You know, a pedophile can try to twist things all he wants. He's still a fucking scumbag. You know, a eugenicist can try to, oh, I'm doing it for the best of humanity. You're still a fucking idiot scumbag who's killing people based on a theory, just like a fucking shrink. It's like no matter how you twist it, you're a piece of shit. And you should see these people when they're interviewed and someone intelligent starts putting them on blast and they have the proof. These people are like, you know, they go quiet, they say stupid shit. They're looking like a deer in headlights, a rat that's been cornered. They're just fucking like, it's like they know they're a piece of shit and they're on blast. And it's like, well, what do you have to say for yourself, you spiritual fucking bottom feeder? Nothing. So going back to what really was the original topic of this video, is that, am I surprised? I'm the guy who says don't be surprised when the people who do what they do what they do. Do you think I'm surprised when women have once again done what they do? They have allowed the society's perceptions of how a female should be to fucking keep them from being with the most righteous man that I can think of. I really don't find too many people like me. You know, I really can't think of a single person like me in this entire country. I really can't. And I've been doing this for years and years. I've been talking to many, many people. There's people who are interested in this stuff. There's people who are comment. They don't put their head on the fucking guillotine and talk shit to the fucking elite like I do. They just don't. You know, when it comes to righteous men, I'm the bell that rings the loudest, just like when it comes to martial artists. You know? And that is, you know, that is for those who know how to listen. You know, you can have those in denial, because there's plenty of people in denial. The bell that rings the loudest will completely be loud, and you can't even hear the other bells. And they'll be like, I don't hear it. I don't hear it, because you're a fucking idiot. Listen. Listen. You know? Anyway, so of course there's bootlickers who don't get that, and, you know, I'm running out of time, so, you know, make a long story short, when I get angry, you get more of the uncut truth. You know, in a way, it's good for me to be angry because I don't pull any punches. I break it down well. I spill it out. There's a lot of bootlickers that get their panties in a bunch. Oh, why do you have to play us out like the bitches we are? Because you're a bunch of bitches. What am I supposed to lie about this? This is my life fucking story. This is me attempting to save the world. This is me being a transcendent hero. Why the fuck in the world should I lie? I've said things that make me look fucking wonderful that are true. I've said things that make me look bad that are true. This is the truth. If I make myself look bad, my own fucking family look bad, my friends look bad, giving you the entire uncut truth, the fuck do you think I'm gonna say about you spiritual bottom feeder fucking scum? Come on! Come on! Fuck! Anyway. It's when you know already how they're gonna react, it gets annoying. Because then they do. It never fails. I know how they're going to react, and then they do. And it's like, oh, and then you have bootlickers say, oh, we're going to help you out when you admit what you're doing isn't fair. So telling the truth isn't fucking fair. You can't debate me because I'm giving you the uncut fucking truth. Not only can you not prove me wrong, you can't even begin to debate me because you don't want to get played out like a bitch. You know? It's horrible, man. It's horrible. It's like when you truly have insight, you realize I'm right, and everybody else is a fucking everyone who goes against me is a fucking idiot. and there's no way around that. And I'm out of time, and there's no way around that too. Thank you.